Help is here.
That's why when you come first, honest, by God, God take care of you.
I've known Ricky a long time, and his wife and his family. He's a tremendous guy who does everything for the community. He looks after us down here. Every week he brings bread and surplus food and things like that, clothing, everything that you want, Ricky. He's always on the end of the phone if you need him. He helps physical, psychological, and we're really happy at Durr that he's part of us and that we're part of Project Arise.
It's been really good. It helped with my mental health, helped me maintain my sobriety because I've had previous problems with alcoholic past and I can't speak highly enough of it. And also attending Ricky's church, Vineyard Church in Blackburn. You just saw how much he does for other people. They've got a clothes bank there for vulnerable people who might need clothes, got a toys bank for children. It's really good.
So I have been with Ricky since 2019. I've seen him distribute food. Even when it was COVID time, him and his wife were distributing food to the needy. And that is a sign of how he is committed to serve our community.
We are here and we will encourage other professionals to come and join with us. Yes, my name is Ricky West, and I'm the youngest from my parents, Sarah Wade and Peter West, born in Montserrat in the West Indies. And I had 7 other sisters and 2 other brothers from that union. I was born and raised there until I was 18 years old. Then I was sent to the United States to study business management back in 1974. I graduated there with a bachelor's degree in business management and was recruited by Transamerica Insurance Company to be an business insurance casualty underwriter. I did that for about 14 years in Pittsburgh and then later in Los Angeles, California. So that's pretty much my younger years. And now I am here in England doing the ministry of Arise Restoration Center. This ministry is an extension of what I started back in Los Angeles in 1993. Now, my understanding of ministry that I was introduced to in the United States is ministry 7 days a week. Yes, the Sabbath has its place to rest, and that's the original intent for the Sabbath, to rest. And those who worship on Sundays, they worship because of the resurrection of Christ on the first day of the week. And that's their choice. But ministry does not stop there. Ministry is every day. And for those of you who may question me, my justification is I'm a New Testament believer. I believe in the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. But the history of the early church, that is what I love. That is what I looked up to. And that is what I devote my life to, the gospel of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ coming here in the form of man, was crucified, buried, rose again, and left a ministry for us, for the kingdom of heaven here on earth. He said, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So that's my concept of ministry. The population that I believe God has called me to serve are those who are afflicted with poverty, hunger, drug and alcohol and other substance abuse, homelessness, people who are going through mental health distress, people who are lost. And that is what I believe I'm called to do. And so I shared my vision with Connie in my home there in Salem. I had a little apartment downstairs, and that's where I hang out. Sister Berna would come down and say, "Why are you always down here?" Because I said, I need time to write. I need time to listen to God. And so I started writing the vision of Arise Restoration Center there in my apartment downstairs. And in September 2017, I came to England, to the Blackburn, Darwin area. In 2018, I met with an attorney. I told him the vision I have for a charity. United States, we call it foundation, yeah, but it's actually still a charitable foundation. That's what it is. And I said to him, I would like to get this incorporated because I have a vision that God wants me to do here. And so I gave him the vision, and he said, sure. I asked him how much it costs. He told me, and I said, no problem. I gave him a deposit. I said, when you complete it, I'll give you the rest. Is that okay? He said, that's fine. So 2018, March 2018, he incorporated Arise Restoration Center. And in February 2019, we got the exemption from the United Kingdom Charity Commission. And the mission of Arise Restoration Center is to bring relief to the people in Northeast Lancashire County who are afflicted with poverty, hunger, homelessness, addictions in all its forms, including drugs and alcohol misuse, people who are suffering from mental health distress at different levels, including loneliness, and those who are rough sleeping, even those who are called sofa floaters, whatever they call it, and to bring them hope, to feed them, to engage them with activities that would take them out of their home, take them out of the environment that is causing them to live a substandard life, and to bring them the gospel of Jesus Christ, to let them know that's not the life God intended for them to live. And so it's incorporated, just as how I said, with and through Christianity or Christian ethos, meaning the scriptures. That is how Arise in Restoration Center is incorporated. It is incorporated as a Christian charitable organization. So anyway, so we started by doing community gardening. I looked at it from a mental health and a physical health standpoint. We needed to start doing things to start engaging people because our Sister Berna said we didn't know anybody up here. So drawing on my business and marketing experience, I know I needed something to penetrate the market, okay? And so our first program is called Project Arise. And Project Arise is exactly what it says. It means to get up. People who are downtrodden, people who are down and out, who are hopeless or homeless, the intent of Project Arise is to encourage people to get up and they could have help and God could change their lives around. And Project Arise, the foundation scripture is Isaiah chapter 60, verses 1 through 4. So we started with the community gardening, taking people out, and it actually started right in the middle of, at the beginning of COVID-19. We took people to this neighborhood center called the Banktop Neighborhood Center. We told them what we want to do, and I said we have an allotment around the corner next to the building. And they said we will welcome having people start bringing that garden alive. So we started doing community gardening there. We went to the hostels where we had the drug addicts and the alcoholics and different things like that. And I told the operator of the hostels, listen, introduce myself, our charity, what we're doing. We want to start helping these people change their lives, okay? Become sober and living productive lives. And I said, we're starting this gardening program, and I will come and pick them up and take them to the gardening. I told them this has a double effect, even more than double, but I said start off a double effect. First of all, it's good for their mental health. Get them out of the atmosphere where they're smoking cigarettes, smoking drugs, drinking alcohol all day long. They could come out into a garden close to nature. They could start doing some things, and we can teach them different life lessons by planting and weeding, etc. And the second thing is physical activity. It's good for the physical health. Okay, so they bought that, so we started doing the gardening, and we saw tremendous change. Actually, we have a few now who, because of that beginning, their whole life has been changed. And now some of them are volunteering in different organizations, and you will get to meet at least one of them who is still active.
Hi, my name is Paul Kennedy. I'm here to talk about my experience with Project Arise. I was living in Islington House at the time, and I started doing courses in gardening at Banktop Neighbourhood Learning Centre. And there I met Ilias Patel from Blackburn Rovers Community Trust, and that led to meeting Ricky West, who also had an outreach programme for people in HMOs, and that led to us working with Project Arise, about 2 or 3 lads that lived in Islington House, and we were just looking after some beds of vegetables that Project Arise were running, that belonged to Project Arise at Banktop, because there's a garden next to the Neighbourhood Learning Centre, and you can do courses there and also help look after it. And it was very good because it helped me with my mental health, it helped me maintain my sobriety, it gave us something to do. I don't know if anybody watching this been in an HMO, but they're can be a bit, they're not pleasant places, and it can have quite an effect on you if you're just stuck in there. So it gave us something to look forward to go out, interact with each other, interact with other people, learn new skills. It's been really good. It helped with my mental health, helped me maintain my sobriety, because I've had previous problems with alcohol in the past, and I can't speak highly enough of it. And that also gave me the confidence to eventually move out at HMO. I think that and the Men in Sheds group that we're doing at Blackburn Rovers Football Club Community Trust, I think both those things helped me get the confidence and the belief in myself to move out of the HMO.
Then from that, we said, well, we need to give people food. So we started a food program, and we were blessed to become a part of the Fair Share network. For those of you who are in UK, you're familiar with Fair Share. Fair Share is a national clearinghouse for the major supermarkets here: Asda, Tesco, Morrison's, Salisbury, Aldi, Lidl. And what they do, those supermarkets, their surplus food at the end of the day or end of the week, they donate it to charities, but you have to go through, you have to be a member of Fair Share to get to access that food. So after a year in operation, we were able to become a member of the Fair Share network. So we were given several stores, a Tesco store, 2 Tesco stores, 3 Asda stores, and so we were able to get, and still do, get surplus food to feed the needy. So we use that food, we deliver it to those, especially during COVID. We would take the food to the people's doorsteps, and to the hostels. We take them to the hostels, and so people in the community get to find out about us, so we do that food program. So the next thing that we thought about, I said, well, that's doing good. We still need some more activity. And growing up as a youngster, I loved riding bicycles. That's one of my better form of exercise. So in prayer time, the Holy Spirit gave me an idea of Cycle for Life. So I jumped up off my knees and I wrote the program. I did some research on cycling and the physical health and the mental health benefits that people get from cycling. So I designed that program. And then I said, well, the next thing now, I need some bicycles. So I said, well, I'm a bid writer. I was a grant writer coming from United States. That's my background, underwriting. So I started researching companies that would give us a grant to purchase some bicycles. So I found one, and I submitted the application. So part of the review process is that I would have to go before an audience who are comprised of people from the community, and I would have to talk about the project, and if they feel the project is worthy, then they would grant us the grant. So I did that. I spoke with them, and they would have me to go outside while they discussed what I said. Then they brought me back in. They asked me 2 questions, and I answered the questions. And they asked me, how many bicycles do you need to get started? I said, I believe if I get 3 bicycles, we could start demonstrating what we're doing in the community with 3 bicycles. They said, okay, that sounds good. But we have something better for you. I said, what is that? He directed me to a lady sitting over there. Mr. West, you see that lady sitting over there? She stood up. I said, yes. Her organization have a bicycle shop. And she says, if the money that they give you for the bicycles, that we give you for the bicycles, if you use it to purchase the bicycles from her store, she would not give you this. You were not only able to get 3 bicycles, you can get 12. I said, well, guys, if the answer is yes for the grant, yes to her for the 12. So we went there looking for 3, and we left with 12. Okay? That's how God works. And so we started the Cycle for Life cycling program at the Whitten Park. Now, there was a challenge. Remember, we had just a small office. And I didn't think about this before I went because I was thinking of 3. I know at home we have a shed to the back of the house. So I told Connie, well, there's enough room back there for 3. So that's why I was asking for 3. So when I went home, Connie asked me, well, Ricky, where are we going to put 12 bicycles? Where are we going to put 12 bicycles? I said, babe, I don't know. I said, right now, I don't know. All I know is that we have 12 bicycles, and God will work a way. I said, God will fix it. Because if he give us 12, he must have some place for us to put the 12. I don't know right now, man. Okay. So then I was at the local library one day. I was doing some research, and the librarian looked at me. He said, "Sir, what's your name?" So I introduced myself to her. She said, "I see you coming in here often, and you wear the projectorized shirt. What is projectorized?" So I explained to her what we do. And she said, "Really?" I mean, she was just tickled thing about the food program, the gardening program, and we don't have any staff. It's all volunteers, and right now it is just Connie, myself, and our son, and a couple of people from the community who help us when we need help. And so I was telling her, I said, we were just blessed to get 12 bicycles. We're going to start the Cycling for Life. So I told her about the Cycling for Life vision that I have. And she said, "Where are you going to do it?" I said, "Well, miss, those are some of the things we're starting. I researched the different bike trails around Blackburn and Darwin and things like that. And so we're just going to go out, And she said, "Well, can I introduce you to a friend of mine?" I said, "Sure." His name is Anthony, and he heads up the health and well-being fitness program for the county, for the council. I said, she said, "Give me your contact information, and I would share it with Anthony and tell him to get in touch with you." So in about 2 days, I got an email from Anthony introducing himself and want to meet me, and because he said he heard some exciting things from this lady at the librarian. He said, we have to meet. I said, "Oh yes, I really want to meet you too." So Connie and I, we set up a date to go and meet him. We went down to the Witten Park, where he sets up the programs there. So we went down there, we met Anthony, and we told Anthony about this gift we have for 12 bicycles. And as a matter of fact, the place that we got the bicycles from, they're right next door to this building. I'll show you. And so Anthony, after he listened to me, he said, "Ricky, where are the bicycles now?" I said, "They're still in Accrington, man. They're still in the bike shop." And I didn't have any place yet to take 12 bicycles, so I just tell him, "Hold on until I can find a place." When he said, "Listen," she said, "I have an answer for you." I said, "What's the answer? What's the answer, Anthony?" He says, "Right here, we can store the bikes for you until you find a place." He said, "And more than that, Ricky, what we're gonna do through the Blackburn-Darwin Council Health and Wellbeing Program, we are going to provide bicycle training for those who never ridden a bike before, those who rode before but are rusty, haven't ridden in a while. We have trainers who teach your group how to do bicycle maintenance. There's a lot of safety aspects in riding a bike in UK, because bicycle riding is encouraged on the main street with traffic. So he said, "It's a lot to ride on a bike, and we will provide your charity with all that training free." When we talk about the work of God. So yes, so Cycle for Life is currently housed at the Witten Park Health and Wellbeing Division, where we take people riding. As a matter of fact, in 2 weeks, we're taking a group out riding from the Carers Network here in Blackburn and Darwin. They approach us. There are people who want to do riding. So we do that. So those were the initial programs that we started in the community. Now, because the food program have developed so big, we had to network with other agencies, other charities, to help us move the food to the different people who are in need, because there was no way that the demand for food is so high. We just don't have the time to do all these other things and still deliver food. And our intent was to deliver the food, because most of these people, as I told you, they're seniors or they're people in addictions, people who not go out. Some of them don't even go to their GP to get help unless somebody take them there, you understand? So God already put it in my heart that we will take the food to them. And as you know, especially during the petrol crisis, it's very expensive to do that. And so some people say, Wes, why don't you let people come? I said, this is how God showed me to do it. So however we find a way to get the petrol, we will get it. That's what we do. And so that's what we've been doing. Okay? That's what we've been doing from the beginning right up to today. We deliver the food. And so we have these different pockets in the community where we will take the food and those people will distribute. We go over there, we take the food, people will distribute. We go down here, take the food, they distribute. So together, as of the numbers I looked at a few days ago, we're close to feeding 900 people every week in Blackburn and Darwin, in the place where they discourage us to start. So that's what God is doing. Now, so let's fast forward. There's a lot of things that's been happening, but those are the main things. We were able to get a grant to purchase a gazebo, a nice sized gazebo, because I told Connie, you know, taking the food to people and they're eating it. Sometimes we used to take the food to the people, the homeless on the street. They would take the food, they would take the sandwiches, whatever, and they would put it next to them. And they're so busy trying to get money to buy drugs or alcohol, sometimes the food just sit right there. The devil didn't give them permission to eat. They're so interested in getting the next fix. So I said, we're not going to stop feeding people. But what I would like to see, I would like us to set up at different parts of Blackburn and Darwin with a nice gazebo and have the food there and make it a community event where people can come. We promote it and people could come and they can get the food, they can get bread. We have different organizations that help us with food. We have Greg's, we have Clayton Park Bakery, we have Tesco, we have Asda, and between these organizations, we have enough food at any one event where we could feed at least 200 people, easy. So we were blessed with this grant and we purchased the gazebo. And when we launched it, I was watching the people, how they were so happy to come and get a plate of food. But not only that, we had enough food that they can eat there, but we also had takeaway bags. So not only were they able to eat, and we were playing our gospel music, I was doing some ministering, not that heavy, but enough, encourage them, letting them know the blessings of the Lord and God have a better purpose for their lives. And so as we were doing that, my heart just got overwhelmed to see the gratitude of the people, and some of them are coming up, and this one young man, he came up and got some food, and he took out his wallet and was taking out some money. I said, sir, he thought he had to pay for it. I said, sir, thank you. I said, Arise do not charge for anything. Arise do not charge for anything. He said, are you sure? I said, sir, Arise do not charge for anything. He said, well, I don't want to put this back in my wallet. Can we give a donation? I said, okay. Well, I said, Connie, take it. But we do not charge for anything. And he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe all that food. We didn't tell him come once. Some people are going 2 or 3 times. This one lady, Connie told me about. Her son would come and she would load up her son and they would go sit over there and then she'd come back. As we were there from about 11 o'clock, was it? Until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just feeding people. And then they took it away. That Monday morning, when I got up, went to my computer to check my emails. There was this email from this company I never heard of. Offering the opportunity for a space in the Arndale shopping center. It was the W.H. Smith shop in the Arndale shopping center in Accrington. And the email stated that that space has been vacant for a while. And their organization, along with the property owner, has a special arrangement for a charity to lease it with a nominal fee. Are you interested? I ran upstairs and I told Connie. She said, I said, yes. I said, well, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send it to one of my advisors, send it to one of my trustees, let them read it and check it out to see if it's not a scam. So they did. And I said, Ricky, go ahead, submit it. So I called the lady and I told her, yes, we're interested. And so she said, okay. I told her the name of our organization, the complete name. And she said, okay, what we will do, we will send you a questionnaire, information about the charity, etc. You know how it goes. And I said, sure, I will complete it and return it. So I did it right away and emailed it back to her. The next day she called me and told me she received it, they reviewed it. Obviously they check us out, make sure that we are in good standings with the Charity Commission and all their due diligence that they have to go through. And so she said, would you be interested, would you be available to do a site visit the next day, which is a Wednesday? I said, sure. So we came and we did the site visit, Connie and I, and another charity was approached. Actually, they had approached 3 charities. One came the day she was speaking with me, and the next day when I came, the other charity was here with us, and so we did the site visit, and we were just blown away. They did the processing, and a couple of days later, well, I think the following week, we got an email saying they're pleased to let us know that Arise Restoration Center was approved to lease the location where we're in here now. My friend, this is a miracle. This is a miracle. There is no way that we could even think of leasing a place this magnitude. No way. And so we have 5 programs that we're going to do here in their Rise Center in Accrington. We have Project Arise, which I spoke about at length earlier. Then we have the Overcomers UK, which is a support group for men and women. Then we have another program that we're going to do, and it's called SWAT. Now, a lot of people hear SWAT, they think about the United States SWAT team. It's called Special Weapons and Tactics. No, that is not our name. I went through an experience with SWAT in Los Angeles. It was 2002 when I had Sunrise Community Outreach there in Los Angeles. I had teenagers, and I told, as I said before, our target population were the teenagers, the gangsters. And one of the young men, actually two of them, who were participants in our after-school program and our community activities there at the center, two of them, with another chap, went into Los Angeles and robbed a bank. And the police chased them back to Compton, where we're based, and they ran into a house, barricaded themselves in the house, and so obviously the SWAT team was deployed, and I was coming home that afternoon, and I couldn't enter my street because the whole perimeter about a mile radius was blocked off from traffic because they had these three young men, bank robbers, in there, and they had these policemen on rooftops, with their guns to shoot them down. And one of the young kids ran to my vehicle and said, Mr. West, Captain Rambo wants to talk to you. Well, Captain Rambo, he's a true name. He was the sheriff captain, okay? Not just on the movie, but that was his proper name. And so I went to Captain Rambo, and Captain Rambo said, Wes, I think we have two of your young men in the house. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah, and he gave me the names. He said, we believe they were involved with a bank robbery in Los Angeles, and now they're in the house. And the SWAT, they've been in there over an hour. We've been on the bullhorn telling them to come on out, surrender. They will not surrender. The snipers are tracing them because they have infrared vision. They could see them wherever they go in the house. And they're getting impatient. It's over an hour. And if they do not come out, they're going to kill them. So this is the last chance for them. Mr. West, I want you to speak with them. Let them know you're here. Ask them to come out with their hands up, and we will give the orders for the snipers not to shoot. Just give us 5 more minutes so we can get those young men out. So I got on the horn and I spoke with them. I let them know, listen, I'm out here. And one of the young men, his mother was here. I said to that young man, your mother is standing right out here. How would you feel for your mother to watch the police kill you? Would you just come out with your hands up? And they said, okay. So they came out with their hands up, and I asked the captain, when they go in the police car, can I say a word with them before you take them to the jail? And he allowed me to do that. He allowed me to go and speak with them. And I told them, listen to me. When you go and they speak with you, you tell them the truth. That's all I have to say to you. You tell the police officers the truth. Okay? And that's it. So that's where I got the name SWAT from. But we changed it. SWAT for Arise is this: Soul Winners Action Team. That's our SWAT. The goal of SWAT is to go out We're going to make disciples of men and women. We're going to evangelize. We're going to save people's lives so God can save their souls. So that's what SWAT will be doing here, out of here. The next program we have here is called 0 Hour Divine Worship. And so what we will do here on Friday afternoons, the shopping center closes at 5:30, so the building has to be closed at 5:30. So on Friday afternoons, between either 3 or 3:30, we haven't set it yet, but it's around there, we will have divine worship here. Glory to God. Yes, we will have worship here, and we will invite people to be here. And that's a time where we're going to share the scriptures. That's a time we're going to pray. That's a time we're going to praise. Exactly what it says, divine worship. And it is an alternative to TGIF. Are you familiar with TGIF? It became popular in the United States. It's popular over here also. I remember when I was when I was in business world and Friday afternoons came, people say TGIF and thank God it's Friday. And everybody thinking about going to a bar, going to a club, getting their martini, their whatever drinks they drink. TGIF. So over here in England, they have something similar where people, they can't wait. When I was working, I would hear them say TGIF, it's Friday. And the world loves TGIF. So, 0 Hour Divine Worship is an alternative. For those of us who work hard during the week and it's Friday, you have an alternative. Whether you're Christian or not, you have an alternative. Not everybody wants to go to a pub. Not everybody wants to go to a bar to drink. And so for those who God touched their hearts, we would encourage them to be here for divine worship. Now, the last but not least, on Tuesdays, the Arndale Shopping Center is closed on Sundays, and we will also close on Mondays. So from Tuesday until Saturday, there will be activity in the center. Tuesdays are designated day of prayer. That's what Tuesdays will start off. We'll have prayer here all day Tuesday. Praying for guidance, praying for focus for the rest of the week. And it will be held in the large room, but upstairs we have designated a room as a prayer room. That room is available for anyone to pray as long as we're open. Even the volunteers, staff, visitors, different people who come to participate in the different programs, they will be able to pray in that room. Yeah, when I saw this room at first, I felt a certain presence here. And the plan is to remove these cabinets and convert this to a prayer room. This room will be available whenever we're open, from the opening hour till the closing, whenever we're here. And so we're encouraging people who would like to pray. Some people like privacy, and so if they want to come up here and pray and stay as long as they would like, this room is available to them. If they want someone to come for counseling with them, then we can do that. But this is a place for prayer. prayer only. On Thursdays, we have the food giveaway. Every Thursday, we'll be distributing food here. We have all this long life food. We have different bakery products. Plus, we receive frozen KFC chicken, frozen Nando's chicken. So our food parcels will be a combination of the typical, canned goods, cereals, juices, whatever, bread, potatoes, whatever we get from the surplus food, plus chicken for those who are not vegetarians. So, Arise Restoration Center in Accrington will be an extension of what we're doing in Blackburn. What we're doing in Blackburn with Darwin continues, but here will be an extension plus an enhanced version of Arise here, because now we have a place that's big enough to house these different programs, to help people in the community change their lives, and most of all, give them opportunity to accept salvation for their destiny. Arise Restoration Center.